Hello, my beautiful people. These are all my thoughts and opinions based on public information in the public domain. Please do your own research, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Like Oprah says, what? First off, I want to apologize. I didn't do the live yesterday. You all know I have lupus, and sometimes it's I have you all know what lupus is. So yesterday was not a good day, and it started okay, but then I had the worst fevers, pains, but the fevers really get to me. So, and it's just awful. It really is awful. But I'm okay. I'm gonna let lupus win for now. I wanted to talk about something else, because before I start the video, you know that there's so much censorship, hatred, canceling. When I tell people to go to the royal family or to go to the senators to use their platforms to request your petitions, I don't tell you to go cancel them. I am so anti-canceling, I think, but I do say, if you ask me what to do, I will say, since your letters and emails clearly are ignored and kept private, and dismissed, you can use their own platforms to respectfully say, you know what? I've written to you. I've gotten this. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because, and this is why I'm hesitating going back to Twitter, is because there's just so much hatred going on, even among people who are the same, who share the same topics and share the same views. But for some reason, they take it upon themselves to go hatred, go do this, go do that. I disagree with many things, even with people that, we talk about Meghan and stuff like that. We disagree in points, so what? It doesn't matter. I mean, we may have disagreements, and that's healthy. It's healthy to disagree, but it doesn't mean that we have to cancel people, dox them, be mean to it. God knows Meghan and Harry are doing a good job at getting people canceled, on Twitter, and now they're trying to do that with Murky Meg and HG Tutor on YouTube and any other accounts. So please, let's all not be divisive. Please follow Ems and friends, and she's a great person. She's very honest. All the money that she makes from her YouTube account goes to helping people. She uses it, and she she has a certificate in psychology. As a therapist, I have seen it. It is real, guys. Whatever you may be thinking about, she is a certified therapist. She doesn't have a degree, but she never claimed she did. And if she did, it was by mistake under pressure, but she is a registered therapist. But just, whatever issues you may have, we're all in this together. You're fans of Taz, you're fans of Wally. I like all of them. I like their channels, I like their views, and I don't think, we should be canceling each other. I'm sorry, it's just, I'm a little bit tired, because, when you have fevers all night, it's kind of tiring. So yeah. So now let's get on to the video, because it's a doozy, At 95 years of age, I don't, I remember when the Queen gave that speech about 1992 about Annus Horribilis. Oh, if I think that the Queen doesn't want to be seen in public because she does feel the shame that others lack. I swear to God, that's the only thing I can think of, that she feels the shame that Prince Andrew lacks, that Harry and Meghan lacks, that even Prince Charles lacks with this honors for cash scandal. I mean, what can one say? I mean, if the Queen dies, I'm gonna be so angry with it. I don't even want to think about that, because it's terrible. So to Meghan and Harry, you've all seen Mr. Markle's interview. Oh my God. That man is such a teddy bear. I swear to God, wait, I'm going to stop because I'm going to start crying again. Sorry about that. I get emotional when I think of elderly abuse because I do believe that what Harry and Meghan are doing to the Queen and to Meghan's father and to Samantha, who is, I know she would get mad if I say this, but she is disabled. She is physically disabled while being very mentally able. You know what I mean? But she has physical disabilities, and she's been attacked. Meghan has used the worldwide platform of the royal family to trash her own. Now, I was watching the trial yesterday, and the judge is going, so what if Mr. Markle was vilified in the 25 lines in the article? Yeah, but there were 3 subsequent articles after that talking about the same thing. And when that article hit online, millions of people saw that. It may not affect him because he's not personally involved. Can you imagine, for example, if Meghan had said that this judge was this and this and this and that? I can guarantee you that he would be immediately trying to sue her. And the sad part of it all is that the judge asked, why did Mr. Markle have to show the letter? Why didn't he show the messages? Because people wouldn't have believed him. Because, I'm sorry, I had something in my eye. Because people were so against, she had done such a good job of discrediting her father and her sister and her brother to the world because of the position she was in. You see, a lot of people don't understand why when somebody in a position of power commits, and it's called aggravated. Everything they do in legal terms is called aggravated. The reason for that is because they are in a position of power. So they should know better because it puts somebody else at a disadvantage. So when somebody in a position of power commits a crime against somebody who is not in that position of power, it's an aggravated crime. Now, the reason also, and this is very important, authorities will think very long and hard before charging them with crimes. So they get away with a lot. You know how people are saying that Meghan apologized to the court? Meghan apologized to the court because she forgot. She didn't forget. She misled the court. She lied. She committed perjury. So even now, her position within the royal family is buying her time, or she's using it as a get out of jail card. Because when you commit perjury, you don't apologize to the court. You do time. Especially when you do it in such a public manner. And she goes on and on and on about how truthful she is while lying to the courts. Also, we have Omid Scooby, who committed perjury as well. And yet, no charges are being drawn against the two of them. Why? Because of her position. And the reason why authorities think long and hard before charging them is because they know that because they're such public figures, that any move that is made against them, it gets plastered all over the media, and their reputation suffers in a large scale. So this is why they have to be sure that they're going to charge this person before they do something like that. This is why Virginia Giuffre, she's not doing this in London. She did this very publicly because she knows how it affects his reputation. I, for one, have said, I don't buy the medicine she's selling because she's a liar. That these are all my thoughts and opinions. But she knows the reputational damage that she's created for Andrew, and that's a form of blackmail. But anyways, I don't want to get off the topic. So this is why police think long and hard before prosecuting these people. But now she apologizes to the court for misremembering. You don't misremember. This is a woman who's still going on about a letter she didn't really. It was a class project for the class, and she has claimed it upon herself to do so. This is a woman, I've said before, that her relationship, that she has no relationship with the truth. At the very least, when the judge said, so what if it's 25 sentences? Yeah, but those 25 sentences completely changed Mr. Markle's world. It compounded the vilification that his daughter has started in the press, And I can tell you, I can almost tell you what Meghan Markle was thinking, because she wrote the letter in 2018, August 2018, right after her wedding. And remember why I always say arrogance will get you every time? She felt untouchable. She felt in August 2018 that she had done such a great job of discrediting her entire family in being the victim, because in August 2018, you all loved her, even ones that are coming to my channel now. I go on about this because when I posted a couple of tweets, I actually at that time had to get out of Twitter because I was called a racist pig, an old hag who envied Meghan for saying, this woman, I don't understand why she has Oprah there. This woman is going to get that certificate and run. And then I remember when because there were rumors that her father was sick, and I posted another tweet and I said, even if her father is being buried in California, this woman is not going to stop the wedding because she needs that certificate. And I was vilified. So in August 2018, Meghan Markle was riding the popularity wave really high. So she figured that she needed, for real, to compound her life, because it is very clear now that she sold herself to Harry and the royal family in a different manner. She sold the fact that you know what? I saw Dan Wootton's interview with Mr. Markle, such a nice gentleman. It breaks my heart. He's such a teddy bear. He does not deserve this. He doesn't deserve this. But he should have asked Mr. Markle about Meghan Markle being the primary carer for her Black grandmother in the final years of her life. Do you guys know what a primary carer is? It means that you're living with the person. You are the primary carer. While she was a child, she was the only one caring for her grandmother when she was dying. That means that she was living with. So where was Doria? It wasn't even Doria, the primary carer of her own mother. It was the granddaughter who was the primary carer, which is obviously a lie. So Meghan has told the family that, oh, you know what? I am the primary carer of my Black grandmother. I was a child and I had to work and I had to cut coupons to eat, and I've done all of this and I took care of this, and my siblings don't want to talk to me of their own choice. I barely know them. I mean, I am pretty sure that the royal family vetted investigated her life and knew that it was a lie. And I'm pretty sure that they told this to Harry. And this is where all the problems come to fruition. I don't think it was over a comment. I think it is over the fact that the royal family, they have to investigate who comes into their family. These are high-profile people. And for security reasons alone, they would need to investigate who are you getting into the family, because she has access to, by marrying one of them, she has access to all of them in a manner of speak. So I'm pretty sure that they investigated her and her claims, and they knew they were lies. And I am pretty sure that this is where the rupture comes, because Prince William must have told him, listen, she's lying. We know X, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Those are all lies. And I guess Meghan Markle felt she needed to lie like that because she must have known that physically she didn't cut it. She was ordinary looking. She's okay looking, but she's not like, wow, I'm going to stop the thing. No, she needs a lot of makeup. She needs, she needs a lot before you actually see her. And I have a friend who's met her in person twice for a long period of time recently. And it's not a pretty sight. She's very photogenic and telegenic, but it doesn't mean that in person she is. So what I'm saying with this is that the royal family knew that she had been lying. And this is where the things come to fore. Now, her position, going back to the judge. So when the judge says, "Oh, she should, it's just a big deal," Mr. Markle had no choice. He had no choice because Meghan Markle has a much bigger platform than he did. You know what I mean? He did reach out to the to People magazine, just like he reached out to Oprah, and they refused to listen to him. So he had to find other outlets. And the letter, as we all know, was never meant to remain private. But I've gone off the tangent again. So Meghan Markle is riding the high popularity wave in 2018, August 2018. She says she decides to draft this letter, which must have taken quite a lot of planning. I won't call it letter. I would call it a document. And she decided to after many agonizing drafts for the staff who had to read it and correct it and whatever, she sent it to her father, fully convinced that her father was going to leak it to the press because she knew that it was a very, very hurtful letter. That very hurtful document. So she knew that by sending that, it was basically an FU to her own dad. I keep saying she's a witch with a B. So, but at this point in time, she had already been planning to write the book because they were in the planning stages of the book. She sends the letter to her father, thinking that her father's going to leak the letter. So thinking in her mind that it's going to victimize her even further to the public and be more adored, and Mr. Markle more vilified. Mr. Markle sits on the letter, and it must have really pissed her off that he didn't publish it, because he is a private man. So she resorted to sending a copy of the letter to the authors of the book in order for it to be published in its complete form in the book. She did this. It's now been said in court that the authors of Finding Freedom received a copy of the letter in 2018. So that's another form of intent to publicize the letter. I am pretty sure that when she gave her friends the go-ahead to talk about the letter, I'm sure she orchestrated the whole thing. She told her friends, just like she orchestrated the things with Finding Freedom book, where she now says she didn't remember. And this is why it needs to go to trial, because if she was behind it, and I'm going to get to a point that her lawyers made, it was for her to do that, because I'm pretty sure that it was like, in the movies, you do a sneak preview before the movie. In her mind, she's thinking, I'm going to have my friends do this. So it's a sneak preview of what's going to be in the book. And then she was going to hint what was going to be in the book. Things were going to start leaking that the Finding Freedom authors had the book. So for her, she hinted, she orchestrated the release of these things in the People magazine, because she knew it was going to be a positive article for her. So when the Daily Mail wrote that article 2 days later or something like that, 2 or 3 weeks later, I don't know when, but later, but it was an unfavorable article, she flipped. First, because it canceled her plans. She thought she was on track. And she sued. Now, Miss, everything is so disgusting, you know. It's like you know when you're in a lake of shit and you're in a puddle and you don't know where to go because everywhere you go is shit. That's who she is. Um, it's just disgusting. It really is disgusting. You know, this woman, first of all, for her lack of intelligence, she was using the popularity that she had. I and I don't think that she hates her family. I just think that she hates the fact that they're not playing along with her game. That only Doria, who's it's playing along with her game. Doria is a snake, in my opinion. That the only one lending herself to that to play her own game is Doria. Nobody else. This is why she didn't have anybody, because nobody would lend themselves to play her game. Now, this is very interesting that I saw yesterday in the court, that her lawyers came back with, okay, so what if she didn't intend for the letter to be private? So what? That doesn't mean that she didn't have a right to publish it first. So what if she intended to have sent the letter to make that letter public? It's her letter to make it public whenever she wants, and it shouldn't have been up to the mail to make it public whenever they want it. So now they switched it to so what defense. So what if she wants to make it? Well, the problem with that is that that's not what she's suing for. She's not suing for piracy, that somebody stole her work and published it, you know, first. She's with that is like claiming, you know, that for example, if you have a book, or if you have a book or something like that, and it hasn't been published, and somebody from somewhere somehow got a copy of that book and they published parts of it without your consent. And then you can sue them, say, hey, wait a minute, that is my work. I haven't authorized you to publish parts of it. That's basically what the defense is saying, to sum it up, guys. That, hey, I am the only one who has a right to publish that document. And until I do release that document, you don't have a right to publish any of it. The problem that she has is that that's not what she claimed, is it? She said that she wanted to keep that letter private. There's a big difference in this amended thing that they did with what she was originally suing. Now, it is very, very clear. If I were the Daily Mail, they have an excellent case in case the court refuses to go after Meghan Markle and Omi Scooby. They have an excellent case to sue her for damages, for lying to the court. Because had she told the truth, had this been put forth, everything that's come out now, the judgment would have not been allowed to be, it wouldn't have gone in her favor. There's no way that this would have gone in her favor. And there wouldn't have been an appeal. So she has wasted time and money by lying to the court because her case is not, wait a minute, her lawsuit is not, and I repeat, her lawsuit is not about, well, it was my letter. They had no right to publish it until I did. That's not what her case is about. Her case is about, it was my letter and I wanted to keep it private. I never wanted it to be out in public. Do you see the difference? So had she sued for the first thing, which is it was my letter and I hadn't published it, and they had no right to publish anything until I gave a go ahead, that's different. So the Daily Mail has a very a complete case to take her to trial for lying, not misleading, lying to the court, and causing how do you say damage, stress, cost, because she created with her lies unnecessary legal procedures. You know what I mean? So yeah. So this is what her lawyers are saying now. So what? That's Meghan. So what? I'd be very surprised if it doesn't go to court. But then again, I was surprised by Judge Warby. So For people to understand because some of you have sent me so many emails, you have asked me, why is it relevant that she lied? I kind of just explained now. It's important that she lied because it takes away her credibility about everything. And now, even the document that she wrote to her father has been proven to be false, because everything is false. And also, another very important point is that Daily Mail, prior to writing the article, sent a letter or an email or whatever to Buckingham Palace asking them to comment on it. And she didn't. And there was no response. So they did their duty. They did their thing. Because had Buckingham Palace or Meghan Markle said, do not publish this document, then, and they go ahead and publish the document anyways, then yes, they would be in hot waters. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they did cover their backs. Daily Mail covered their backs. So Meghan Markle is actually quite a nasty piece of work. And I mean, Samantha and Mr. Markle do not deserve what they got. Mr. Markle does not deserve. Samantha was said that, her father, when she, she's in a wheelchair. So when she wasn't able to walk anymore, she was really clearly, obviously, very upset about that, right? So Mr. Markle would send her letters with butterflies with wings, Oof. No. Mr. Markle does not deserve the piece of crap he got for a daughter. And I don't think, and what's sad is that he's still in denial, thinking that Meghan Markle didn't lie like this before. She's always lied. You don't suddenly start. This is not a sudden behavior. What he's seeing now is that the amplified behavior is in the press. It's more public now. But she's been lying her whole life. This is a woman who is clearly, and I mean, these are all my thoughts and opinions, but this is a woman who's clearly mentally unstable. She's a psychopath. She's a danger to children. Oh, and by the way, just off the little beaten path, did you see when they went to New York in that awful red dress? The red dress is beautiful for the right body, for the right fit. Again, I don't think that they made that dress for her, which is why it's so ill-fitted. The front, the back, the size. It's just a terrible dress for her. But did you see when they were coming in, how she just wanted to whoosh by? And Prince Charles is, not Prince Charles, and Harry's going like, wait, we have to talk to these people. All she wanted is like, I have my red carpet moment. And for all of you who said that she never intended to go, she always intended to go. This was always the plan. This was always the plan for her to go and to claim it was a surprise, unplanned thing. Nothing this woman does, other than that time that she showed up at the polo when Harry was playing polo with the doll that she was holding. I think that the Duchess of Cambridge didn't want to approach her because she knew it was a doll. But anyways, did you see when they were walking in, how she just wanted to push and pull and go in front of everybody? And Prince Harry said, no, they go first. We're here for them. I want to talk to them. He pushed her hand away. I hope the body language guy does and analyzes the entrance when they were shaking hands and how Harry pushed Meghan away a bit. And it's like, stop, I have to do this, And she's like, shall we? It's like moving him along. It's like, no, we shan't. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I apologize once again for not doing the live yesterday. But if you had seen how I was yesterday, you would understand why I couldn't. I had the worst fevers, the worst pain. So I thank you for your patience. If you like my videos, do share, like, and subscribe. And I will try and do a live. With lupus, it just happens really quickly. This is the thing, But I am better. It could be, by the way, next Tuesday, I'm going to end my 53rd year and I'm going to start my 54th year. So I'm going to, which means I'm going to be 53. So I never thought I'd reach 53, but here I am. So yeah, and I hate it. I'm going to be alone without my kid, So it's going to be sad. But anyways, I'm sure I'll make fun of it. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry it was a little bit longer thing. I'm so happy Lady C is now calling for everything that I've been calling for the past year, which is Harry's title must be removed. There's nothing wrong with when she talked about removing Harry's titles because he's unpopular. It's not about being unpopular that he should remove his titles. Is because he has quit the royal family, he has slandered the royal family, he has lied about an institution and tried to impede the good functioning of that institution and misusing the titles for political issues. That's why he should be removed. That's why the title should be removed, not because he's unpopular. The unpopularity goes hand in hand because of what he's doing. His actions are illegal or incorrect at the very least, you know. And for those American friends, I was watching TMZ, the TMZ table talk, and they talked about Meghan Markle, and one of these guys is saying, why shouldn't she? It's her name. No, that's not her name. That's a title. And that's her husband's title. It's like saying that senator is a name. No. Senator Collins, Senator Smith, those are titles. You know, if she wants to call a name, she can go by Meghan Sussex if she wants, you know, or Meghan Markle or Meghan Sussex, because Sussex is the place where it's, you know, just like, for example, George Cambridge, you know, like they go by Cambridge because, you know, their father's a duke. So for my friends at TMZ, that is not a name, it's a title. And it's not a title that belongs to her. It's a title that was bestowed upon her husband, okay? And in the United States in 1871, I repeat myself for TMZ, Attorney General ruled that U.S. citizens could not use titles of nobility to interfere in matters of policies in in U.S. soil. So if she wants to lobby, but she's using it because she knows that nobody cares who Meghan Sussex or Meghan Markle is, and she shouldn't be getting phone numbers of senators because she is a private citizen who shouldn't be getting those numbers. There are offices for that. So if she wants to call herself Meghan Sussex, that's absolutely fine. But Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, she's speaking on behalf of an institution, which is the royal family, the monarchy, and the monarchy does not interfere with U.S. policies. Anyways, thank you very much, guys. Please, let's not go canceling each other. And you know, that's really stupid, you know. That's, you know, I'm against that. So let's all get along. Why can't we be like Rodney King and get along? Thank you and have a good day.